It's 2 a.m., your baby is screaming. You've fed her, you've changed her, you've rocked her for 20 minutes straight, nothing works. And you start to wonder if something is wrong with her, or with you. But the real answer is far stranger. Your baby isn't broken. She's running a program that is 200,000 years old, and it has almost nothing to do with the room she's sleeping in tonight. Let's back up. Way up. For almost all of human history, babies were never alone. Not for a minute, not for a second. A mother carried her infant against her skin all day. At night, the baby slept touching her mother's body, close enough to feel every breath. There were no cribs, no nurseries, no baby monitors beeping from another room. So when your baby wakes up screaming in the dark, she is not malfunctioning. She is doing exactly what her ancestors did to survive. Alone, in the dark, a baby's ancient brain reads one thing: danger. This is where it gets interesting. Anthropologist Sarah Blaffer Hrdy studied this for decades. She found that human babies evolved to expect constant contact, because for most of our history, a baby left alone was a baby in real danger. Predators moved at night, temperatures dropped. A baby who didn't cry when separated simply didn't survive long enough to pass on that calm, quiet temperament. The babies who cried the loudest, the fastest, the most urgently, they got picked up. They got protected. They lived. So that scream isn't a flaw. It's a 500,000-year-old survival tool, still running perfectly, in a nursery that no longer has any wolves in it. Here's the part that surprises most people. Sleep researcher James McKenna spent years studying mothers and infants sleeping side by side in labs. He found something remarkable. When babies sleep near a caregiver, their breathing patterns actually sync up. Their heart rate's steady, their bodies regulate temperature more easily. Being close to another person isn't just comforting for a baby, it is biologically stabilizing. Your baby's body is quite literally built to expect a warm, breathing human within arm's reach, every single night. Now think about how differently we raise babies today. Modern life asks something almost unheard of in human history: sleep alone, in a separate room, behind a closed door. To an adult, that sounds peaceful. To an ancient infant brain, it can feel like abandonment. That's not a criticism of parents. Cribs and nurseries exist for very real, very good reasons: safety, practicality, exhausted parents who need rest too. But it helps to understand why the crying happens in the first place. Your baby isn't manipulating you. She isn't being dramatic. She is running an alarm system built over hundreds of thousands of years. An alarm that has one setting: get someone here, now. Anthropologist Meredith Small documented something just as fascinating while studying parenting across different cultures. In societies where babies stay in near constant physical contact with a caregiver, from birth through their first year, night waking and crying spells look completely different. Less panic, less prolonged screaming, because the baby's nervous system never has to ask the terrifying question, "Where did everyone go?" So what does this mean for you, right now, at 2 a.m., holding a baby who won't stop crying? It means her tears aren't random, they're ancient. They're wired in. And once you understand that, the exhaustion doesn't disappear, but the confusion often does. Here's a strange thought to sit with. Somewhere, tens of thousands of years ago, a mother sat by a fire, holding a screaming infant in the dark, wondering the exact same thing you're wondering tonight. Am I doing this right? Will this ever end? She didn't have books. She didn't have doctors. She had instinct and the same evolutionary wiring guiding both of you across all that time. And here's the twist most people never expect. That crying baby isn't just asking to be held. She's asking for something her entire species has needed since before language even existed. Proof that she is not alone in the dark. That single need, to not be alone, didn't disappear when we built houses and cribs and nightlights. It just got quieter. It waits under the surface of every bedtime, every 2 a.m. wake-up, every tired parent standing in a dark hallway. Because underneath all our modern comfort, underneath phones and nightlights and baby monitors, we are still, in some very real way, creatures who need to know someone is close. Maybe that's not just true for babies. Maybe, some nights, it's still true for you too.